The popularity of the Richard Mille brand has increased significantly in recent years, with some of the secondary market prices for Richard Mille watches exceeding the suggested retail prices from the manufacturer. Richard Mille watches have been produced for 22 years, and their popularity is still rising as collectors look for desired pieces. The majority of RM watches are beyond reach due to their extremely limited production. Today's video focuses on 10 best Richard Mille watches you should invest in 2023. Salvador Arbona, the movement technical director at Richard Mille, created a historical engine that effectively occupies all the available space and adds a level of mechanical elegance that makes the RM40-01 an appropriately extraordinary companion to the Speedtail despite the case's unique structure. The design of the RM40-01 automatic tourbillon McLaren Speedtail was inspired by McLaren's relentless pursuit of aerodynamic efficiency. The retail cost of the Richard Mille RM40-01 Speedtail is $1,300,000. The second watch in the lineup to bear Bubba Watson's name over the athlete's 10 years with the Richard Mille family is the RM38-02 Tourbillon Bubba Watson. It is essentially the watchmaking equivalent of a hole-in-one, produced in a numbered limited edition of 50 pieces. Robert Miller Bubba Watson RM38-02, price $980,000. The RM Up-01 Ferrari develops sporting mechanisms that are as elegant as they are instantly recognizable, reflecting the values of Ferrari. The RM Up-01 Ferrari is evidence of this collaboration and the best understanding these two iconic brands have to offer, in the combination of their concepts, comprehension, respective advancements and shared values. In addition, the new RM Up-01 Ferrari strengthens its position as one of the priciest watches Richard Mille has ever produced. The retail cost of the Richard Mille RM Up-01 Ferrari is $1.888 million. The new Richard Mille Oracle complication, which rotates 3 Grade 5 titanium engraved rollers like Tibetan prayer wheels and displays a random expression, gives the wearer of the RM69 the pure pleasure of using the watch. Although the production of this multilateral roll bar-shaped case is time-consuming and demands a high level of quality control, it makes the watch functional and comfortable. The retail cost of the Richard Mille RM69 Erotic is $783,000. These ideas are represented in the RM052 Skull, which was released in 2012. This new caliber represents the brand's philosophy in that it is the fullest expression of independence and disobedience to norms. The Richard Mille Skull watch symbolizes haute horlogerie with its extreme technique, high performance, highest level of aesthetics, and hand finishing. Retail cost of the Richard Mille 052 Skull, $500,000. The Nadal line's development is an exciting prospect because it requires ambitiously pursuing ongoing technical advancements while keeping the watch's aesthetics current by making smart use of new materials, like the Carbon TPT registered trademark line and new colors. The RM35-02, which took inspiration from the RM35-01, was created in response to numerous Richard Mille customers' requests for a self-winding mechanism to power a Nadal caliber. $420,000 will get you a Richard Mille RM35-02 Rafael Nadal, the RM61-01. All of Johann Blake's design cues come from the RM59-01 Tourbillon, created for the Olympic medalist and second fastest man in the 100 and 200 meter races. It uses the highly skeletonized caliber RM Mule 2, which is made of grade 5 titanium and is treated with PVD and Titalit registered trademark for maximum performance. Richard Mille RM61-0 Johann Blake, $145,000 asking price. It might seem obvious to design a mechanical watch with a special dial for keeping track of halftime, extra time, and overtime, but Roberto has complete control over time on the pitch thanks to the innovative display and the availability of a high-quality chronograph. The RM11-04 involves the brand's most recent style codes, as seen in the new lines of the crown, its variable geometry rotor, and its ultra-sporty case in Carbon TPT registered trademark with raised crenulations, while making no modifications to the creative thinking that identified the RM11-01. Riccardo Mille RM11-04 $189,500 retail price for Roberto Mancini. We modified the lines of the RM67-01, whose lightness, thinness and design made it the ideal starting point to emphasize its undiscovered athletic qualities. In addition to being a distinguishing feature of the brand's sports watches, the definition of the bezels and case with 4 extensions strengthens the case structure. Due to the use of grade 5 titanium, TPT registered trademark composite materials, and the brand's lightest strap ever, an elastic wristband, the RM6702 weighs just 32 grams. RM6702 by Richard Mille, price at retail $120,000. For Richard Mille, creating the visions, fantasies, and other imaginary projections of the brand's partners is a familiar quest that starts over with each new adventure. The development of the RM5205 is unique because it is a genuinely artistic attempt that depends on interpreting an idea, a symbol, and a desire. This last one has taken the shape of a tourbillon, and what makes it unique is the astonishingly various methods it employs. 5205 Richard Mille retail cost for Farrell Williams $969,000. The top 10 Richard Mille watches to buy by 2023 have been listed up to this point. Which watch do you believe would be least safe to invest in, and which do you believe is the best? Comment below with your thoughts and let us know. Please subscribe, and we'll see you in the following video.